So welcome everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time this week to join our day 3 of our Celebrating Families 2022 week. And I'm really excited today to be joined by Certitude, and we have the lovely Sophie with me today. Sophie and I have really similar roles within Certitude and McIntyre, so we work quite closely together. And we wanted to come together today just to share with you our approaches and what we offer within Certitude and a little bit about McIntyre, but this is a platform for you to really get to know Certitude as an organisation and a provider. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Sophie to bring that to life for you. If you have got any questions, because this is going to be pre-recorded, if you've got any questions, do get in touch with, we'll put our details on for you at the end, either myself or Sophie, and we'll do our best to support your questions. So welcome, Sophie, and over to you.
Hello everyone, hi, I'm Sophie and I am the Family Support Manager at a care organisation called Certitude. And the purpose of this morning is to talk a bit about what good family engagement looks like at Certitude and also at McIntyre. So first of all, I'm just going to go through what I'm going to talk about today. So I'm going to give you a brief introduction to Certitude and the family support team. I'm going to talk about why family engagement is so important, how we currently work with families at Certitude, what we plan to do in the near future, partnership working between organisations, and then I'm going to hand over to Nikki at McIntyre to talk about family engagement there. So a bit about myself. I have been the family support manager at Certitude for just under a year. But I'm not new to Certitude. I've been with the organisation for just over 9 years now, and I was previously a CQC registered manager. And in that time as a manager, I was able to see some of the barriers that teams and families faced when working together. And I thought that I could make a positive change to partnership working within Certitude, which is why I took on the role. We have a very small team of just 2 staff, so it's myself and a family support practitioner in the family support team, and we work with families all over the organisation in Certitude. So a bit about Certitude. We are a London-based care organisation. We work across 17 boroughs in London, in West and South London predominantly, in 76 locations, and we support 1,500 people. The types of support that we provide, we have day opportunities, registered care services, respite, supported living, shared lives, transforming care and fulfilling life services. We have a range of projects. We have an intensive support team, peer support, crisis cafe, and move that out my way. And we have a Treat Me Right project. And a bit about Treat Me Right. Treat Me Right delivers awareness training to health and social care professionals and other services across London so that they can better understand the experiences of people with learning disabilities and autism and make reasonable adjustments to the way their services are delivered. So we were established as a non-for-profit charitable organisation 27 years ago. And Certitude formed in 2010 when 2 organisations merged together. And we've also had Yarrow join us more recently. And we, as I said, we offer a broad range of support, accommodation, community support, resource centres, work pathways, short breaks and respite. And we employ people with lived experience at every level of the organisation. So our values, how we behave both individually and as a whole, and the qualities that underpin and drive our behaviours. We are dependable and trustworthy. We're continuously improving. We work together and we're inspired by people. And our mission at Certitude, we exist simply to support those who need us, to help them to develop new skills, to meet new people and experience new things so that they can bring their own unique brilliance to the world. So, family engagement within Certitude. Why is family engagement so important to us? So we believe families are experts by experience, You know how best to support your child or sibling from a lifetime of knowing and loving, and we want to use this to help us to support the people we support. We recognise the importance of the role of family. So we know how important family are to the people we support. We understand the importance of building trusting relationships with staff. So we want you to trust our staff and to feel confident in their abilities. We want you to feel involved. We want you to have a voice within Certitude. And we want families to be well equipped with knowledge. We want you to know your rights and your entitlements as a parent carer. So what do we currently do at Certitude? So we work with teams to strengthen relationships with families. So we speak to the family, we find out what is working, what's not working, and we see how we can support you. So we will go to the staff and the managers of where your loved one is living, and we will see what we can do to better strengthen the relationship, whether it be conversations with teams and managers, attending staff meetings, or even developing a training that is unique to that situation. We hold monthly family forums. So we have an evening once a month, which we call Time for Families. And this is an opportunity for families to meet the family support team, but also to speak to other families within Certitude, because sometimes another family has been through a similar situation and is able to better support you with that more than the family support team. And then also we learn that, and we can then use that information to support other families. So these sessions are great. They're very relaxed. I really enjoy hosting these family sessions. We involve families in organisational decisions. So we've recently updated our organisational strategy, and families were involved in workshops as we were developing this strategy, and also the family strategy. So I've recently created a new family strategy, and this is based on feedback from families, and I was also able to present this at one of our Time for Families evenings to make sure that it was working. And we also involve families within the recruitment process. So we want families, and we have families on our interview panels, because who knows best how to support your loved ones than yourselves. And we can act as an advocate on the behalf of families within Certitude. So as you know, as families, sometimes you don't always get the help you need from the local authority or the social services. And sometimes having the family support team there to support with this sometimes can help. So we want to support families with this. And also to attend meetings, to come to a meeting with you, whether it be face-to-face or a Zoom meeting, there as some support. We want to provide you with tools and resources and training and workshops. So some of the trainings that we've delivered are, we've done a supported living training. So this is when your loved one is moving from the family home. We know this can be quite daunting, so we want to provide you with the information you need and be there with you through the process. We also delivered a workshop on trust and wills, and also a well-being training, so mental well-being for yourselves, because sometimes you need this as families. We provide families at Certitude with support around legislations, benefits and your rights, if families need support with filling out forms or understanding your rights as a parent carer. And finally, well-being support, somebody to talk to, somebody there at the other end of the phone if you just need a little chat that day. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about our family support plans. So within our services, we have family support plans for the people we support, and these are developed by the person, the family and the staff team. So we have a family tree, which this one is quite a basic one, which you should be able to see on your screen. But we can obviously add in step parents, distant relatives, whoever is important to the person, and it can be as visual as they like. So we can have lots of pictures of people, of things that remind the person of that family member. And we also want to know about the family story. We want to know about you. We want to know about the family dynamic, and we want to understand your family dreams and family nightmares. So family nightmares, your fears for your child or your sibling. We want to see how we can support you with that. But most importantly, we want to know your family dreams. What can we do to help you, to help the person live the life they want to live and the life you want them to live? I don't know if anybody is willing to share their family dreams. No. Okay, I'll move on. It's okay. You don't have to share, just if anybody wanted to. But family dreams are important, so we want to make sure that we know about your family nightmares and your family dreams and how best to support you. Okay, so what we plan to do in the near future. So we want to strengthen the family network. Your voice is important to us. So we want more families to be involved within Certitude. And we want to upskill family carers to train and support other families. We feel that families are able to support other families best on their knowledge and their expertise. And we want to use this and develop this within Certitude. We want to further develop our training offer and have a stronger partnership working between staff, teams and families. So we want to have an induction for staff when they first join the organisation around working with families. We feel that from the start, if staff come in and they know the best ways of working in partnerships with families, that this will be great and will really enhance our partnership working. So that's enough about Certitude. I just want to say how great it has been working with Nicola Payne at McIntyre. She has been really supportive of me as I began my role as family support manager, and she's got some brilliant ideas and things she's doing at McIntyre, and this has been really great for me. I'd like Nikki now to talk a bit about family engagement at McIntyre, but just to say, if you do want to know more about Certitude, you can contact me on slester, SLESTER @certitude.london, or you can visit www.certitude.london for more information. And I'm going to hand over to Nikki now.
Brilliant, thanks Sophie. If you stop sharing and then I can share the slide I have.
Also say new jobs board.
Sorry,
no problem. It was so great to hear about all you offer at Certitude, and it absolutely marries up with what our approach is like at McIntyre as well. So I won't be going with a brand new list of what we do. It's very similar, but it's all around that real inclusion, isn't it? I think. Brilliant. Okay, so let me just share my screen. I've got a couple of slides I'd like to share with you today. So let's. Okay, current slide. Oh, that's not the one. There we go. So, like Sophie said today on this workshop, you know, our approach at McIntyre is very similar to Certitude, and that's one of the reasons Sophie and I work so closely together where we can. We share best practice, we share ideas together, and importantly, support one another. We might sit within different organisations and provisions, but when we know that coming together just feels right. So, but some of the things we offer slightly, you know, similar and different at McIntyre. Like Sophie said of her family meeting, we have one here, and ours is called Let's Come Together, and it's a forum that we open up once a month for families to come together, and we have guest speakers and we share. We listen and share good practice. But there's a real key message there. Yes, it's only once a month, but families know in between that they can contact myself at McIntyre if they've got any questions at all. podcasts. So we're building a really lovely library of podcasts. Again, in lockdown, we had to get really creative on how we could support families from a distance. And so we've got a library of around 22 podcasts with different guest speakers. Some families will contribute as well. So do go onto any platform and take a listen to those. And we have a really extensive families page on our website that has family films and family contributions, where we've got our support button on there. Just a way that we're confident that we're engaging in different ways, and families can contact us in different times of the day. Coffee afternoons, newsletters, and again, that real meaningful family training, so families can come into McIntyre and sit with staff teams and learn together. And we see families as experts by experience. They're going to be key in sharing information about their loved ones. Why would we not want to sort of learn from that? One thing that we created, say we together, myself and families, was our family charter. So it's just a resource that we have at McIntyre that we can get out when and where needed, just to ensure we're all still doing the things that we promised that we would do. We are only human. Sometimes things do get missed, but it just allows us as staff to think, are we really engaging the best way we can with our family? And families to feel confident that this is what we offer. And what I love about our family charter is that it isn't rocket science. It's very clear, very non-jargonistic. It's just key. This is what we want. And none of it, as you can see on the screen, none of it is that complicated. But if one of these elements get missed, or the communication breaks down, it can have a real detrimental effect on the relationship. So I've just popped a slide together just to go through each element. But the family charter is a free resource that sits on our website at McIntyre, but it's built up of good communication, respect, being honest, working together, sharing commitments, building trust, acknowledging mistakes, clear expectations, and improving practice. And these, when I've been speaking closely with families, these things are integral for a good relationship to be built, or to continue to have at McIntyre. And I always think, I treat people the way I expect to be treated. All of these things, you're probably sitting there today thinking, I want all these in my interactions with people. It's no different for the families that we support at McIntyre, and I'm sure the same sort of goes at Certitude as well. Okay, and just finishing up, really, these are some things that are really important at McIntyre. So we want to be visible and contactable. And when things, going back to that family charter, when things don't feel so great, it's that honesty, that, okay, what can we do to fix this situation if it needs it, and not hide behind a wall and be invisible, because that causes frustration. We're going to need to build bridges between families and staff teams. We're going to have families. We do have families that have had very traumatic backgrounds, lost trust in providers. So it's having that real open mind, that open, warm approach of how we do that as well. Building on family knowledge is a massive passion of mine. The more we know about a family, the more the family would like to contribute and share, the better our approach is going to be. It's around, if a family's preferred way of communication is by telephone, we all know that. We do that consistently where possible. It's going to just be a positive step forward. And again, I know I've touched upon sort of trauma, but really gaining an understanding of past experiences. So ensuring that we listen, we have those opportunities where we can just sit and have a cup of tea and allow that listening ear. It's hugely important. And lastly on this list is working together in ways that make sense for each family, and that's going to look different for every family. There could be similarities, and you'll learn, but that real sort of, not one family is every family is different, is what I'm trying to say. So in a nutshell, that's probably what I wanted to share with you on this platform. But like Sophie said, we're a really approachable organisation, and Sophie and I are learning and adapting as we go along with our approaches as well. So if you are listening today thinking, actually that they've missed something key, or there'd be something really amazing that we could do, get in touch with us. We want to hear from you as well. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And I'm going to say a big thank you to you, Sophie, for taking the time today to come to do this together. And for our families listening today that Celebrating Families Week 2022 has been a real success, and we're really looking forward to opening up that opportunity for you all to attend again next year. So thanks, Sophie.
Thank you for having me. It's been great.